Welcome to our show, Trump Briefing. Today, we're diving into some hot topics that are making waves across the globe. First up, the US and Israel are stirring the pot with a controversial proposal to resettle over 2 million Palestinians from Gaza to Africa. This initiative has sparked outrage due to its legal and moral implications, with many officials rejecting the idea outright. It seems like the plan has more hurdles than a marathon. In other news, President Trump is putting the pressure on Columbia University, threatening to cut federal funding unless they overhaul their international studies department and campus policies. This ultimatum has raised eyebrows about governmental control over academic institutions, and the university is now in a tough spot trying to navigate these demands while addressing discrimination on campus. Lastly, Elon Musk is making headlines again, this time meeting with the head of the National Security Agency to ensure alignment with Trump's administration. As Musk aims to cut federal spending, the NSA may also face budget reductions. With ongoing tensions with Russia, this meeting could have significant implications for national security. Please stay tuned for more details. AP exclusive, in a controversial move, the US and Israel are exploring the possibility of relocating Palestinians from Gaza to East African nations, specifically Sudan, Somalia, and Somaliland, as part of President Trump's post-war plan. This plan, which has been met with widespread condemnation, suggests that over 2 million Palestinians would be permanently resettled in these impoverished and often violent regions. While Sudan has outright rejected the proposal, Somalia and Somaliland officials claim they were unaware of any discussions. The plan, initially thought to be an extreme notion of Israel's ultranationalist fringe, has gained traction since Trump's recent endorsement. Palestinian leaders and Arab nations have strongly opposed the idea, viewing it as a potential war crime. The Toronto Star, in a dramatic escalation of tensions, the Trump administration has issued an ultimatum to Columbia University, threatening to withdraw federal funding unless the institution complies with a series of sweeping demands. Among these demands is the placement of the Middle Eastern, South Asian, and African Studies Department under academic receivership for 5 years, alongside a ban on masks that conceal identities on campus. The administration's actions come amid accusations that Columbia has failed to combat anti-Semitism effectively. Faculty members and free speech advocates have reacted strongly, arguing that such government intervention threatens the very essence of academic freedom and autonomy. The Toronto Star, in a notable meeting, Elon Musk has engaged with General Timothy Ha, the head of the National Security Agency, signaling his intention to align the agency's priorities with the new administration's goals. As Musk leads the Department of Government Efficiency, he has been implementing significant budget cuts across federal agencies, although the NSA has so far been spared from these reductions. This meeting underscores Musk's focus on ensuring that America's intelligence capabilities remain robust, particularly in light of their critical role in supporting Ukraine amid its conflict with Russia. As the administration continues to reshape the intelligence community, questions arise about the future of U.S. cybersecurity operations and intelligence sharing. The Toronto Star, in a significant meeting with G7 foreign ministers, Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly emphasized that U.S. President Donald Trump's threats to annex parts of Canada are serious and should not be taken lightly. Joly's firm stance came amidst escalating tensions between Canada and the U.S., particularly concerning trade and tariffs. She conveyed to her counterparts that Canada's sovereignty is non-negotiable, and she engaged in discussions with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio about the implications of Trump's tariffs, which have already disrupted markets on both sides of the border. As Trump continues to escalate his trade war, imposing tariffs on steel and aluminum, Canada retaliated with its own tariffs on American goods, showcasing the growing friction in North American trade relations. Associated Press, the fallout from Trump's tariff policies has led to an unusual bipartisan agreement among Kentucky's leaders, including Democratic Governor Andy Beshear and Republican Senators Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. They have united in their concerns for the bourbon industry, which faces severe repercussions from escalating trade disputes. With Trump threatening exorbitant tariffs on European spirits, bourbon distillers fear becoming collateral damage in the trade war. The bipartisan leaders argue that the tariffs are detrimental to American consumers and businesses, driving up prices and threatening jobs in a state that has seen significant growth in bourbon exports. As the bourbon industry grapples with these challenges, local distillers express frustration over halted opportunities and the uncertainty that tariffs bring to their businesses. Deutsche Welle, amidst ongoing discussions about U.S. President Donald Trump's interest in Greenland, recent claims about the island's political landscape have been debunked. Greenland's newly elected opposition party, the Democratit, has made it clear that they favor independence from Denmark rather than U.S. control. Trump's assertions that Greenland is seeking a partnership with the U.S. have been met with strong resistance from local leaders, who emphasize their desire for self-determination. The island's outgoing prime minister has publicly rejected Trump's annexation proposals, highlighting that a mere 6% of Greenlanders support becoming part of the U.S. As Greenland navigates its path toward independence, the geopolitical implications of its resources and strategic location continue to attract U.S. interest, but the local sentiment firmly favors autonomy over external control. The Independent reports on Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's scathing criticism of Senator Chuck Schumer's decision to support a Republican spending bill aimed at preventing a government shutdown. During a CNN interview, AOC labeled Schumer's move a tremendous mistake, arguing that it would empower figures like Donald Trump and Elon Musk while undermining Congress's ability to regulate federal spending. She emphasized that the bill would create a slush fund for these individuals, further complicating the federal government's operations. AOC voiced her concerns that the American public, regardless of political affiliation, is alarmed by the potential consequences of such legislation, which she believes sacrifices crucial social safety nets like Social Security and Medicare. In a significant political shift, the South China Morning Post reports that Mark Carney has been sworn in as Canada's new Prime Minister, stepping into a challenging role as he faces the looming threat of tariffs from U.S. President Donald Trump. Carney, who has no prior political experience but a robust background as a central banker, is tasked with navigating deteriorating relations between Canada and the U.S. He has already made strategic changes to his cabinet and aims to bolster alliances with European nations. Carney's stance on maintaining retaliatory tariffs until Canadian sovereignty is respected highlights his commitment to defending the nation's economic interests against external pressures. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post also covers the precarious situation faced by Hong Kong's C.K. Hutchison as it navigates Beijing's veiled criticism over its sale of Panama Canal ports. Analysts suggest that Hutchison is caught in a dilemma, facing potential backlash from both the U.S. and China regardless of the decision it makes regarding the deal. Beijing's indirect pressure, conveyed through a scathing newspaper commentary, underscores the importance of national interests in business dealings. Observers note that Hutchison's actions could significantly impact its reputation and future relations with both governments, illustrating the complex interplay of business and politics in a globalized economy. Reuters Breaking Views reports on the ongoing conflict between the PGA Tour and the Saudi-backed LIV Golf, highlighting the urgent need for a merger to unify the sport. With viewership plummeting by 19% last year, the rift is damaging the game's popularity. Former President Trump has attempted to mediate talks, bringing together key figures like PGA Commissioner Jay Monahan and LIV head Yasser Al-Rumayyan. LIV, which launched in 2021, has lured top players with lucrative contracts, igniting a fierce legal battle as the PGA Tour suspended LIV players. Despite a merger announcement that halted lawsuits, the division persists, with PGA ratings stabilizing but LIV's audience remaining minimal. The financial stakes are high, as the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia aims to recover nearly $5 billion, and a group of investors recently valued the PGA Tour at $13 billion. However, the reintegration of LIV players poses a significant challenge, as PGA Tour members have received equity awards while LIV players enjoy fixed contracts. As the Trump family's Doral Resort prepares to host a LIV event, the political landscape may also influence the merger, with a friendlier administration potentially easing antitrust concerns. Ultimately, the ongoing rivalry risks entrenching the sport in deeper financial turmoil. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight. History in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales and modern times, mountains high and river rise. Culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word. China's story always heard. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word. China's story